So this is my conclusion video after a year of making videos, one a week, trying to document my progress over the last year. I just finished 100 burpees and 5 sets of diamond push-ups. My burpees were 25 reps of 1 pump and 75 reps of 4 pump, which equals out to 325 push-ups, which is something I never would have considered ever even thinking about being able to do, let alone being on a video talking about that amount of exercise, setting those high vibrations. What I've come to the conclusion of is, I've said it, I seen that I started noticing it very early on, that the highest version of myself is something that I achieve daily. It's something that is better one day than the next. Some days the highest version of myself is a really, really, really high version of me, and the next day the highest version of myself is a little bit lower version of me. But I seem to hit that high version of myself, that maximum version of myself daily, in different situations. And so over the course of the last year, what has been the main struggle for me was food. Eating properly, eating the right amounts, and eating the right foods. And luckily, over the last couple months, the eating the right foods has not been an issue. That eating poorly nutritionally is pretty much gone from me after this year, and it's focusing more on the amounts of food and the right time to eat the food, and what food does for me. I am finally at a place where I'm absolutely comfortable with my achievements and my ability to achieve, my willingness to achieve and produce highly for my family and for my team. When I started this last year, I worked for another company, and part of my vision for me was to be self-employed through my own company, and that is something that I've achieved. My goal was to find out what I believe as far as creation and higher power, and what I've come to believe in that area is that there is a universal consciousness that connects us all vibrationally through harmony, and without dictation or guidance in one direction or the other. The answers are all inside of us, and that we have the opportunity before us to trust ourselves, to do the right thing, to maximize our lives completely. Over the course of this last year, one of the goals that I had was to be a better husband, and by being a better husband, not just providing, because that's something that I did entirely, but to be a better husband as far as honoring Avery and everything that she does and everything that she is and everything that she needs. And it's taken me a year of conscious work to be able to be myself and also be that man for her. The course of the year has been challenging as a father. I recognize that there's a lot of work to be done in the area of fatherhood that these kids deserve. However, there is no doubt within any of them that they can rely on me, that they can trust me, that I absolutely do love them and want the best for them. I wanted to spend time with each of them individually, weekly, and that is something that I have not quite achieved yet. There's been a mass amount of wins, and there has been some failures as well, as far as this journey to the highest version of myself. My sexual relationship with Avery is skyrocketed. It's better than it ever has been, and it's through my willingness to communicate openly and honestly about what my desires are, and allowing her to reflect that back with me. Um, my house is absolutely a home. I work with some really wonderful men on a recovery basis. You know, we started the podcast over the course of this last year, and I incorporated into that the vision that we have for that, and put forth the work to create that vision, to establish that vision. We have a very good chance of becoming a very well-known podcast, and becoming something that people desire, and we're able to help a lot of people. The coronavirus came out throughout this last year, and it put me in a place where I was really able to slow down and recognize how I used work and recovery meetings, sponsorship. I used a lot of things outside of my home to distract me from my ultimate goal of being a father. Um, the main book that, you know, I took away from this year was Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. And because of that book, I came to an understanding of vibration universally, conscious decision, listening to my conscience, being able to trust myself in decisions, because I am connected directly with everyone and everything. I finally admit that as I look out into the world, I see vibration in a very subtle form everywhere that I look, and I always have. And so I've decided that I am going to honor that and stop fighting that. Harmony, vibration, negative loops, self-destructive behavior, all those things are facts within inside of me that I am willing to work with and work through. You know, I have discovered self-love at a level that I never believed possible. Never even knew what absolute self-love would look like, but it is working diligently on a daily basis to be the highest version of myself, to be as good today as I was yesterday, and even better tomorrow. It's, you know, willing to do hard things and have hard conversations, and sometimes that stuff is very difficult and frightening, and we want to shy away from it, but the outcome of being able to do that is absolutely, the payoff is incredible. I got a coach this year, a couple months ago, that really helped me with my workout routine, with my nutrition, and understanding macronutrients, and how that stuff works and how to watch it. I still struggle with the amounts of food that I eat, and that is the ultimate goal for today, is to stay within my macro count and honor the coaching that I've been given. You know, Avery has become a trainer. The kids have grown immensely. And so over the course of the next year is ultimately to build my business, to continue to work on my physique and my overall health, and to continue to work on my relationship with my wife, my children, my co-workers, and my community, my friends at the podcast, you know, my brothers in the podcast, and you know, I intend to build the podcast every bit as much as I do my own business. I'm ready to step forward without hesitation, and courage, and direction, to maximize the amount of time that I have left on this planet. And so over the course of the year, did I find the highest version of myself? I would have to say yes. I find it on a daily basis, and I am definitely not the same person that I was when I started this journey, and for that I am eternally grateful. Willie, thank you so much for your work and doing this. Thank you so much for sticking it out and completing the task at hand. Uh, you know, it's been an amazing year, and I look forward to another amazing year. And I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much, man, for uh, becoming the person that you were capable of becoming. So keep that shit up, motherfucker. I love you, and I will see you on the other side.